Hey guys, what's up? We're back for another episode. We got a couple of tools loaded up, a couple Amazon parts in here, and we're heading to the trailer to do a couple more updates. So let's jump right into it. All right guys, like I said, we're heading back over to where we got the trailer at to go work on it. We're really pushing kind of hard on it now. We're going to have to start pushing on kind of hard on it. We got a very busy weekend. The good thing is we were able to get a lot of things done with the trophies and stuff, as you can see. So now we're trying to use our time wisely. So we're going to be juggling back and forth to try to get the trailer done and try to get the rest of the things that we need to do at the house. My wife Crystal will be taking care of a lot of the shirt stuff that we have already got pre-orders, and then we're hoping to drop another video soon when it comes to more shirts. So we're gonna make this quick drive here over to where the trailer's at, and then we'll jump right into it and show you what we're trying to do now. All right guys, we made it out here to the trailer, and the good thing about well, we've been really busy. We had a pretty busy weekend. The storms came through, which was much needed, right? Because everything was drying up pretty bad. But then also we needed to test out this trailer to make sure that our leak is fixed. And I came out here right after the storms the next day, and not one drop. So that's a good thing. So that means we're past our leak problem, at least for now, right? So what I'm gonna do now is, what I wanna do is start doing some of the electrical stuff, start sealing up a couple of other parts of the trailer that need to be sealed up before we start putting insulation in. So we're almost there to the part that we really need to do, but we also want to go ahead and take care of some of the electrical stuff while we have most exposure to the panels inside the trailer. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So excuse the mess here. We got quite a bit of things here. So what I have here is some lights that I want to put on the trailer. And these are they're just like rock lights. We're not trying to do anything fancy with them or anything like that. All we're trying to do is, now that this trailer is a little bit wider, and that's about the same size as the truck that we currently have that we're using, which is this Dodge, so it's pretty wide. So what I want to do is add these right here and flip them on whenever A, we're backing up, B, when I'm driving close to like in traffic, just to be able to see what's around me. With the wider hips of the truck, it's kind of hard to see because now the trailer is about the same width of the truck, so it's kind of hard to see backpack on the side of the sides. So as long as I can get some lights to flash towards the road. Not only that, most of these races that we go to are out in the country and stuff, so it helps us for a purpose. Just, you know, yeah, I'm pretty sure it look cool, but really we're going for functional. And we want to go ahead and at least put these in and start the wiring process as we make the repairs inside and start insulating. So trying to knock out two things at once. And guys, like I said, these are just ideas that I have. Obviously with the other trucks that are smaller and other trailer that's smaller, it's not so bad. But now with this wider trailer, we just want to make sure we have everything set up and not be an afterthought and then be like, oh, we got to take this apart again and we're going to rewire it now. So we're trying to do that now. Also, we got a couple of lights up here that we want to replace. We have some lights in here also from Amazon, some red ones from the back, but the back ones aren't too bad because we can get access to it over the door. So we just really want to start working our way forward with these lights, drill the holes, and start the process of getting these wired up, and then we'll start putting some insulation. Hey guys, what's up? We're back. It's the next day. Fortunately, we came across some problems with us installing LEDs. Now, I haven't really got a really good chance to look at this setup and what we actually need to do. But now, messing with it yesterday, I know what we need to do. I thought that I had to go ahead and put these lights in before I can run the insulation, but I figured out that I can pretty much just drill a hole all the way through, run the cable, and then do all the wiring from underneath the trailer. So I'm new to the trailer stuff. Things might have been common sense for some of y'all, but for me, we over here, we're learning together, or at least you're watching me learn, whichever one. So yeah, so we had a problem. We didn't have the right bulbs. We didn't have the right hardware to fasten the LEDs to the trailer. Went to the hardware store, our local hardware store, and I bought a couple of screws that I think will work. But the priority now is we're going to start insulating this thing. So we aborted the mission. We knew what I needed to get. I was short on some tools, so I got the tools that I need. And then we went ahead and just did a test pass on some insulation to make sure we know what we're kind of getting ourselves into. And like that, I know what tools I needed for that as well. So we'll open up this. Let me show you where we're at with the hole that I made for the lights. And then we'll jump inside to where we started the installation. And I think today, from here on out, we're going to move forward on trying to get insulation done so we can start wrapping these things up. And now that I know that we can do the lights afterwards, we'll do that afterward. So it was a good learning experience. We kind of not a waste of a day, but we learned some things. Now we know how to approach this. So I'm gonna open this door. It's a mess in there, but I'll show you what we did. And then I'm gonna set up inside because it's just now, it's starting to get cool and a little chilly and it's windy. I don't want no styrofoam flying everywhere. So yeah, let's see where we're at, what kind of a situation we got ourselves into. But yeah, for the purpose of, you know, how do we just say, what do we call this? For the purpose of, you know, having this video, it's a process. Here we are. All right, so we did attempt to do this was bowing out really hard, so did push that out, and we're going to push this out a little bit further, but this is the hole that we made. It's not the prettiest, but I'm just being transparent. But now now we have the right hardware to be able to mount those the right way, and we have a plan of attack for that. When we first started doing this yesterday, we were kind of just trying to figure some things out. I thought I had an idea what we had to do, but I was off, and now we know. So I'm going to show you inside real quick. What insulation we did do was just one panel, but kind of show you what kind of. Obviously, we got the trailer for the room, for the space, but the bad thing about space, and especially right now since things aren't organized, there's room to make a mess. So, but it is what it is. We're going to clear up some of this stuff, some tools that we had in here, and then this is where we've already did one panel. So it's going to work out really good. So now we're going to start doing this panel. We're going to start working our way this way. And then we want to start taking this stuff off, which will run into this. Because ideally what I would really like to do is at least have this front half insulated. Now, obviously I'll have to make this run over here because we already got it open. But for the most part, I would like to make sure that we have this front section, which we'll be considering our sleep quarters, completed, so like that we can use it. And the back end will pretty much just be for now for either racing, pitting, or in our case, the first event that we want to do is for merchandise. So no AC is really needed there. We'll have the door open. It's starting to cool off. In here, at least we want to be able to be comfortable. If we have to heat it up, we can run the heater or whatever, and it works. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna get all this stuff put up. I'm not gonna do any time lapse or anything. I'm just really, for the sake of time, I'm just gonna jump into it. I'm gonna start working on this panel and then see where we end up. And we'll do an update here shortly. So this is not typically my proudest moments of showing an area that is very cluttered, busy. There's a lot of opportunities here, meaning there's a lot of things we can clean up. But for right now, just trying to get started. The hardest thing about ever doing is just getting started and setting the momentum. We're gonna go ahead and leave it as it is. My OCD is just gonna have to deal with this. But this is a good thing about this trailer, right? So we got the board in here. It's very, very windy outside, as y'all can see. I can hear. And then we also have a light set up, one of these towers. I have two of them, so just in case we were working outside and inside, we're prepared. So we should be ready to go. We're gonna try to tackle this corner, and then this right here, probably to this. It should be good enough, and then we'll see where we're at. All right, guys. So we've been here literally now for, I want to say, a good 3 hours. And there you go. We've been here for, all right guys, so we've been here for a good 3 hours. And if you can see behind me, we've made some progress. Now, I didn't really record that much. I didn't do no time lapse and all that stuff because it's just insulating walls. Now, obviously, me watching videos on YouTube just to make sure, you know, just get reference and just kind of see what I'm getting myself into. It all looks very easy, and it is not for the most part. It is. The biggest part about, I think, this trailer in particular is there's just so many little intricate spots, and I don't want to rush this through. I do, you know, we want to get this thing done, but at the same time, we only want to do this once. So I'm going ahead and taking the time and making sure that I'm putting in all these little screws, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is the other wall, and as further down we go, a little bit more open it gets. But as you can see, these studs have an actual channel inside of them, and then so you get there closer and closer, then you have this reversed stud with this stud, and then you have these little bitty gaps, and then this right here is this one gap, and here's the other gap for the actual panels. This is like a beam, and then you have all of this stuff in there. So yeah, as you can see, we've insulated the center of the beam and all of that. So I really wish I could get a better view for you, but pretty much with one sheet, and we still got about 8 inches left right there. We've able to go this far into the trailer. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna pretty much call it a day here, but we're gonna go down this whole wall, get that done, and then I believe the next step is either we're gonna do the roof or we're gonna go ahead and start disassembling this wall. Here's the wall for reference. I know I was really close. It's kind of hard to get the right angles in here. As you can see, these lights came in clutch. We got another one over there in that corner. So Milwaukee for the win. This is part one of finishing our day. So now we're gonna head back to the shop or to the garage, to the house. We're gonna clean up a little bit, get some fiberglass off of us, and then we're gonna continue with stuff we got going on in the garage. So yeah, so I'm gonna clean up here, turn the lights off, and then I'll see you back at the house. All right, guys, we made it back here to the house. It's part two of our day, trying to finish it up, trying to finish strong, be productive. So yeah, so I know I mentioned, and I've done some things before in videos in the past, but I mentioned about staying busy and trying to be proactive and how busy, pretty much how my life is, whatever. But I just kind of want to give you a quick glimpse of where we're at, what some of the stuff in the shop, and kind of what it's going to be looking like for me for the next hopefully just 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So we're back in the garage, back at home. We got the 3D printer running. We actually got 3 printers running. We got the A1 Carbon, X1 Carbon, and then we have 2 A1 Minis that we got for my boys for Christmas last year, I believe, or 2 years ago. And so, you know, they use it occasionally, but also whenever I get a chance, I'll jump on and use them as well. But for the most part, the X1 Carbon has been the main workhorse because it could do carbon fiber and all that stuff, different types of filament. So yeah, 3D printing. I know we kind of dabbed into 3D printing before a little bit. There's another video that I've done that before, and we did some bumpers and stuff. But fortunately, and I've had a conversation with a couple of y'all here as I text and group chat and stuff like that. I really need, in order for me really to release something, I need to test something, and then, you know, and to test something, it takes all different types of driving styles. You can always just rely on one. So I got some bumper stuff printed up, but right now I'm kind of at a standstill because work has been really busy. Plus my son is very involved. Little Victor's really involved with with school, band, choir, football. So that keeps us busy, keeps him busy, which I'm really proud of him for doing that. Keeps him out of trouble and involved with the school, you know. So so what we're 3D printing now is I made these little trays. I'm not really sure if I ever posted this out, but for the event, we're basically everything that we're doing right now is for the event. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we're hosting a 3rd annual SJD Southern Nationals in Palestine, Texas, Thunderbird RC Speedway. So we're going to try to really bring a variety of things to help that we have developed under the brand of SJD. Now, Silky himself designed a couple of front bumpers, especially for street stock, and there was one of his little bread and butter type deal. I have all those files. I have ordered material. It should be here. And we're going to try to get some front bumpers, the ones made out of, I forgot what that material is. Basically what everybody uses for the front bumper. So, but for now, we're 3D printing some trays. Let me turn around and show you, see what we got. See, printer's pretty much doing its thing. And what we're printing is these bad boys. They're trays that I personally use. Just little parts trays. They come in very handy. They're not very big. Excuse my mat, man. This is a workbench. But see. So what we've done is print a couple of variety of colors, which will be for sale at the event. At some point, we will be putting these up for sale on a website of some sort, but for now, these are strictly for the event. So, yeah, you can see we get some pretty nice little colors, cool colors. We're pretty much running through the filament that we already have in stock, and we have a lot of black, so we're going to do a lot of black, which is your basic. So yeah, all right, so that's one aspect of the deal. One of the things that we're doing, obviously, we've always done trophies. Now, in some sort of manner or way, we're involved with that, meaning that we have some sort of either in a design or something. The first year we had Craig Boots with Graphic Shop. We told him to just, and that's when Robert was really the one kind of really initiated. Later on, when I purchased SJD, I kind of started being a little bit more involved with it. But so yeah, Craig Boots hooked us up with some really cool trophies. And then last year we had some regular square wood plates, and then we had a sticker put on it. And we had Dwayne with Sign It Signs help us out with the plaques. And then this year we decided to, and unfortunately this is on us, is because we kind of did this a little bit late. So instead of putting a burden on somebody to tackle something like that big, we decided to do it in-house. So we're pretty much, we're almost done with all of this stuff, but we still got one more place to go. So let me just turn around and show you real quick what we got. Right, so these are the plaques. Pretty much got first place, second place here. And then we got working on about to do third place. So we got a stack of wood here that we're about to cut out, and then we'll send it out to the laser. Yes, I won't say that we haven't got any help. You know, Paul Pacheco with Nobody Rapco has helped out tremendously every year with the door panels. And the door panels always come out really good. The door panels we cut ourselves out with the laser, and then Paul helps us out with the wrap, applies it and everything. So by the time he gets done, he just brings them up and we just hand them out. So it's basically what it's gonna look like for me for the next couple of weeks. I'm not really bummed about it. It's just one of those things that we just gotta put our head down and try to finish up. I this is self-induced. We kind of waited too late to do this. Busy year, no matter what, blah blah blah. Always excuses, but we decided to do this too late. But for the fact that we're putting this in a little later, everything is coming together pretty good. Now, we do still also have to do finish up the chains. We do 2Q chains for everybody with 2Qs. So we do got to finish that as well. And then my wife Crystal is starting on the shirts. We have a pre-order on shirts, but we're also going to take shirts from last year, and then we're going to come out with another shirt that will be out here pretty soon. We'll put it out there soon. So, and then on top of that, you know, with this channel, we try to be creative. So there's a couple of things that I have in between that we're going to do. We might hit up a couple of races, and then also we're still working on a full renovation on that second trailer that we got. And you know, the first trailer that we're using is still not completely done, but it's at a really good point. Everything worked well, we wanted to, so it's kind of where we're at. I just want to do a quick video update on where we're at. The next video you'll see might be more trailer stuff, but it's going to be a couple of days. I want to just really put my head down and really try to tackle a lot of that insulation, and so we can get to some of the final pieces. So I'm coming to a conclusion. Depending on how this weekend goes, I might not be able to finish everything like I wanted to, but we'll get it to a point of where it'll be presentable and functional. So kind of where we're at, man. I know there's not much action. I know these videos, I do a lot of talking, and I always talk, but just being transparent, just documenting everything that's going on. But I just kind of want to bring you a glimpse in pretty much why I call it Noah's Daily Dividend. If it's not RC racing, it's DJing, it's work. It's just always something going on. And it's just, and I'm okay with that. It keeps me busy. I really do appreciate every single one of y'all for watching this. We're killing it on these views. I know that I would love to see thousands of views, but for what we got going on, I really do appreciate every single one of y'all for watching. And so it's kind of a little quick update, nothing very exciting, but as we go along, I'm still continuing to document this. So it's kind of where we're at. So once again, thanks for watching. Quick update. We'll see you on the next one. All right, guys. So I know we ended up the video with. All right, guys. So I know I ended up the video off already, but I just felt like it was just a lot of the same stuff. You know, really no big updates. Just the fact that we were still stuck on just trying to get some of the basic stuff done. So I decided to go ahead and just extend this video and show you that we are pretty much there to the point where we're going to start moving things in to the trailer. So as you can see, I have it beside me right here. Let's check it out. Biggest difference you can tell now is that we have a wall now dividing both front and rear section as we wanted to. Biggest thing too is we've also completed the roof. I was really contemplating on, I don't know what I wanted to do. I wanted to go with this board, but that wasn't available. So I was able to get a good deal on some aluminum, and this is all aluminum now. This is a roof, the entire roof is aluminum. And then instead of putting the regular edges back on, I went ahead and did these edging. So I folded this stuff right here, broke it, and then I sheared it, and then I folded it on each corner. So yeah, so as you can see, this was right here now is going to be the merch area. So, and then in the future, at least for this weekend, is the merch area. In the future, this is where I'll be pitting at, and then the other side is what we wanted it to be, the sleep. All right. Biggest difference you can tell now is that we have a wall now dividing both front and rear section as we wanted to. Biggest thing too is we've also completed the roof. I was really contemplating on, I don't know what I wanted to do. I wanted to go with this board, but that wasn't available. So I was able to get a good deal on some aluminum, and this is all aluminum now. This is a roof, the entire roof is aluminum. And then instead of putting the regular edges back on, I went ahead and did these edging. So I folded this stuff right here, broke it, and then I sheared it, and then I folded it on each corner. So yeah, so as you can see, this was right here now is going to be the merch area. So, and then in the future, at least for this weekend, is the merch area. In the future, this is where I'll be pitting at. And then the other side is what we wanted it to be, the sleep quarter. So it's kind of hard really for me to get things done in video as much as I'd like to show the process for documentation stuff. But I have enough to show that at least I know what the trailer used to look like and where we're at now. I mean, for me, I've been looking at this thing for the last 2-3 weeks, and it's hard to see the improvements and how good it looks because I've been looking at it for so long. But I mean, just looking at it all together, pretty much, it looks really good. I cleaned up the walls. I sprayed the walls about 4 times with Simple Green because the walls were just full of crap. Walls are still kind of scuffed up, but at least now they're whiter. Let's check out the front section. Same height as the other little trailer, but this one is a whole lot littler and a whole lot less wider. So we did go ahead. Another big thing we did is that we took off all the decals that it had in the past. So let's check out here in the front. So don't mind, we still got a lot of crap laying on around, but as you can see, the walls have been done. We've added a TV, the mini splits is in there. The only thing I got to do with the mini split is vacuum it and then make sure there's no leaks, and then start it off. We went with the same box. We went ahead and just kept the wiring. We just cleaned up a lot of the wiring up, and then you can see the wall here. We added some new switches. We added a junction box, added these lights. We painted the trim. So yeah, big improvements. If you were to look at it, I guess when somebody's never seen it before, this like looks pretty good, you know. But obviously, to me, I see all this stuff here, but all of this stuff will be addressed. I don't know if people really know, but I'm really picky when it comes to certain things, and try to be as organized and presentation wise. Even though it's for me and my family, I still want things to look good and stuff. So this is very hard for me to not finish this completely, but it's to the point where it's functional. Insulation was a pain. Ceilings was a pain because it's aluminum. And then you had all these handprints and stuff, but I was able to use some stainless steel cleaner and I got all the stuff cleaned out. So this is a living quarter. So now we're to the point where we're ready to bring in sofas and all that stuff. And we'll probably show that on the next video. I'm just trying to end this video. That's already long enough, but let's check out the front. So as you can see, we got the mini split. It is exactly the same mini split that the other little trailer has. When I bought the first mini split, which was in the one we put on Silky's old trailer, I went ahead and bought 3 of them. I had a really good deal. My father-in-law actually grabs these, so I was actually get a really good deal. So I just had this chilling on the standby. As you can see, we implemented the same reel as we have on the other trailer. In fact, this reel was the one that was not being used. This is what we were using originally, but since we weren't using it, I went ahead and pulled it off, installed it on this one, and ready to go. Right now, the lights and everything are being powered by this little Predator, so it works really good. It kind of really shocked me. And then the other thing, as you can see here, is we're gonna put a Starlink system. I just finished setting it up. The plan is we're gonna put a pole right here, and then we're gonna mount it up in the sky, out of the way. That's basically the video that I was kind of hoping to show everybody, a completely fresh video. But because of the time crunch and the fact that we are behind, not even really behind, we're just trying to get everything set up. It is now Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, and then hopefully tomorrow is when I set up, or at least take the trailers over there to the event, which is at SJD Southern National. So I just wanted to finish up this video on a good note. I know it's been kind of boring, but at least now you can see the vision. The biggest thing we got to do now is on the edges between the wall. Let me show you. I got some wood trim, white wood trim I'm going to put that obviously I'm going to have to remove. This wall is functional, we can adjust it. So if I want this to be shorter or bigger, we just unbolt it right here. It's a brackets used on the E-Track system. It is a little loose, but it's not going anywhere. The wall, even though as light as I like for it to be, it's still kind of heavy. It is insulated. We still missing a couple of bolts and stuff, wood trim in the middle, but for the sake of being functional, we're ready to go. That's it. This is it for sure. Hopefully the next video, you'll see this thing fully loaded out, at least to everything that we have. There's still a lot of things I want to do to this. A lot of fine tuning, a lot of extra little things. Obviously, we got a couple of things already bought for the trailer. I was gonna do a full carpet put insert, but I just ran out of time. And then for the sake of keeping it clean, we might weigh our options. So this is it for real this time. I really appreciate y'all joining. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Let me know what y'all think about the trailer. It's a completely different setup. It looks completely different. I'm very, very happy. So now it's time to load this thing up. And until then, we'll see you on the next one.